Hey y'all, this is Allison hanging out in my space to craft. Excuse me if my dog goes nuts, but I am ready to do another cruise page. I've done a little bit of prep work though. This is I'm gonna title it Where to Next because it has all the signs, the direction signs on here. I thought that was really, really cute. I'm not actually going to duplicate that image I could have on my Cricut. Instead, I cut some arrows and I did it out of some glitter paper and I incorporated that into my title. I did pull out an extra, I don't know if I'll use it, but a little bit of extra pattern paper just in case I want to add more, and I pulled this extra piece of paper out. It's kind of a pink, kind of a red. It's technically in the red zone, but I didn't have a piece big enough of this to mat my photo, and I definitely want to double or triple mat the photo, so I have that just in case. It's technically not a scrap, but it's one of the old, not quite 12 by 12 papers from Creative Memories. I have these for later. Let's just put the title together first, and then we'll work on our layout. So I'm going to go ahead. This paper is from Beach Day, Echo Park. I also have this paper for another layer, and I have the sticker sheet. I also, extra, not included in the original page kit, I pulled this out, and I think that I really like this image. I don't know that I need more words. Maybe the good times and tan lines, though I have a lot of red. I think I kind of like this simple image as a tag on there. And maybe the Hello Sunshine. These are both sort of have some ombre in them, so I think one of those. All right, let's just put this together. I'm going to speed up from here on out, and I just need to go. My daughter borrowed my glue, so hopefully it's still intact. I will go get that, and the rest of the video will be speedy space to craft. All right, so looks like I knocked my camera a little bit when I stood up to do this. All right, so I'm just gonna use my art glitter glue to glue the title together. Now, I don't usually use glue like on my photos and for most of my page, but when I'm doing something a little fussy like this, I do really like the art glitter glue for creating titles and stuff like that. It's easy to use. It dries really, really fast. You don't take much. It is expensive, but it lasts forever. Here, I realized when I put this down that I had run out of paper a little bit on this yellow paper. So I'm just going to trim the bottom of that arrow and trim that, and nobody will notice. I'll also have to trim the red a little bit. Now, I had lost the little dot for my question mark, so I just used my hole punch to make one that was about the same size as the original one. I knew I'd lose it. It just sort of, I think it blew off my desk when the air conditioner turned on. I am inking all of these things, not the letters themselves, but the two offsets. I do ink both of those. And all the other components on the page get inked. I used Vintage Photo, a light brown, which is what I really like, with a wood grain and a beachy look and stuff like that, rather than a dark brown. So now I'm going to start thinking about building the page out. So I do end up pulling this sunset this was kind of toward the end of the day, I think. And so I'm going to incorporate that. And I don't realize at this point that I also have a piece, a swap from Ginger's Corner that I had wanted to use on this. I do make it work though. It's a Julie Nutting doll print. So I'm going to do this dotted paper, and I'm going to do that as a little bit wider border, and then both the red and that mustard color will be thinner. And this is from the same Beach Day paper pack. So now I'm just going to do a thin one of this, and that's just to help give it some contrast between this cream background on this paper and the wood grain. And looking at this, I don't think I inked that. I need to. I should have. That would help it stand out also. I may try and go back and do that, at least some of it. So here I'm just playing around to figure out where I can put it. That's not where it ends up, but it's close. So this is just a scrap of paper, but I like it. It's travel related. And it's going to help that title not be floating out in the middle of nowhere. So just auditioning some things, pulling out the other pieces that I have. Not all of them end up on the page. For example, I didn't use this one because it was a white background, but I have this ticket and then this key. These are both papery items, so they're pretty thin paper. So not everything makes it on the page, but quite a few things. So a few little wordy bits I pulled. One says, do all the things, and the other, and then I've got those two little pieces of ephemera. Bare feet in the sand. I pull out this camera and didn't realize it was in 3 little pieces. I do have a solution for that as well. I like the flip-flops. So I'm going to work those out. And what I decide to do is take some of the papers. There's one little banner on here that's stripes. So I like that idea. It's actually chevrons, but similar. Rather than doing a whole banner, which I had thought about, I'm going to do 3 little banners at the top. And I'm going to make those out of 2 of the papers that I used to mat the photo. And that just brings them in another time on the page. And I like that idea. I end up not using this floral paper. I could have probably added more layers with some fussy cut florals, but I decided not to. So I'm just going to create a little 3 banner assemblage here at the top. And just as an anchor for some other ephemera items, honestly. Just trying to remember to ink everything. So here's where I was going to just set that down so that you could see the white, and I decide, you know what, let's add a little more of this teal glitter paper. So I'm just going to put it behind the camera. So that that paper appears another time on the page as well. I was trying to figure out why this wasn't sticking and realized I had put paper over most of the sticker on the back, so it gets some glue at some point. All right, so I've gone off. I have stuck everything down. You can see I nestled in that title in sort of, and I popped it up. And now I'm just doing some finishing touches. I wish those flip-flops were a little bit smaller. They're kind of big for up there, but it's okay. It is what it is. So now I'm doing some enamel dots, and I think that's going to be about it. And we'll do some close-ups. Please give this video a thumbs up. I was really happy with it. This has got some neat paper, this Beach Day paper pack, and my page kit made it easy to do, honestly. So I'm just randomly putting enamel dots on here from a couple of different Echo Park enamel dot sets, not from Beach Day. So I'm just doing a scattering of them. I'm pretty happy with it. And that's it. Let's take some close-ups. I look forward to having you come back to my space to craft. And we will see you next time. Thanks a lot, you guys.